Joining us today is Aggie Lema-Kowalczyk, a senior product manager whose career has spanned retail, e-commerce, and consumer products. From launching hard goods to market that generate millions in revenue, to transforming digital experiences for major brands like 1-800-Flowers and Publix, Aggie brings a creative, data-informed approach to every product she touches. Welcome, Aggie. So good to have you.
Thank you, Paul. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we'll jump right in. What moment in your career has taught you the most?
Oh, there's been many, but if I have to pick one, I would say it would be early on in my career. I realized the importance of the team and the power of the team, meaning I'm an individual contributor. I'm very independent, but when you work with a team and you partner with a team, you can do so much more and so much more effectively. So I really appreciate the team aspect of my role and my past roles and my past experiences. And I think working with a wonderful team, you can do so much more. It brings so much more value to the organization and just have a great time doing it as well.
Great answer. Great answer. I firmly believe in the team as well. So very much agreed. When your colleagues or team members describe you, what 3 words do they consistently use?
Well, I've been told that I'm very organized, determined, and creative. So organizational skills come very naturally to me. I enjoy lists, color coding, Excel documents, and I use those as best as I can to keep projects on task as well as various product launches. And that has been very helpful. So I've received many compliments on my organizational skills. I'm also very determined. So if I set a goal, I tend to reach it. And I'm just very driven in that regard. And I bring that to the table across the various roles that I've had. And then I'm a creative person. So I've been told that I have a creative mindset or a creative approach to the various work that I do, not just from a design perspective, but also in terms of strategy or looking at certain instances or approaches from a different angle, just to see what our options are and how we can achieve a certain goal.
It's great information. Great way to look at it.
Thank you.
Outside of your professional achievements, what passion project or personal interest has taught you skills that make you better at what you do?
So recently I decided to launch my own portfolio website. It's something that I've never done before, and I wanted to step outside my comfort zone, combine my skill sets, and build it on my own. And so I used WordPress to do it. There were definitely challenges along the way, but I overcame them. And when those challenges did happen, I would just take a moment to walk outside, go for a run, call a friend for coffee, and just reframe and then go back to it again. And I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to achieve this within several weeks. And then, of course, being a product manager, I love receiving feedback. And so I reached out to several colleagues, several friends for their input. And I'm very grateful for the fact that they were able to help me out and provide insights. And so then I took that feedback back, made a few refinements to the website. And so I'm pretty happy with where it is. I'm sure there could be improvements done along the way. But for the time being, I'm happy with the overall outcome.
That's great. It is a big project. I know what you mean there. So can you tell me about a mentor?
I think I would need to go back to my childhood, and my grandmother has been or was a very influential person in my life. She really taught me the importance of having a good education. She wasn't able to become a doctor like she wanted to. And so she always made sure that her kids and grandkids were well educated. And so she instilled that in me. She made sure that I kept my trilingual abilities. I speak 3 languages, Polish, English, and Spanish. And so she always made sure and encouraged me to keep that going and to keep learning. And so I learned a lot from her, even though she's not with me in the physical sense. She's truly with me always and has been a key influence in my life.
That's wonderful to have that experience, but also just on being trilingual with those 3 languages, those are tough. It's not like it's German and Dutch or Spanish and Portuguese where there's a lot of similarities. There's nothing between those 3. So very nicely done. Very nicely done.
Yeah.
What book or podcast has influenced you?
I'm an avid reader, but one of the books that I read multiple times is called Mindset by Carol Dweck. And so I like to think of myself as having a growth mindset. And when I started reading the book, it just really reiterated the importance of having that, of not being static, but always being that person that learns, that perseveres, that grows, regardless of whatever challenges one is facing, just continue going, moving forward. And so when needed, I often go back and the book is scratch marked, highlighted. And so I just go back to various chapters as needed. And if it's a book that someone hasn't read, I really recommend it because I think you'll find it very beneficial.
That's a great one. If you could spend a day learning anything from anyone, living or historical, who would it be and why?
I'm a big fan of Marie Skłodowska-Curie. So she was a famous scientist and a true trailblazer in her day, a very inspirational person. She was the first person to win the Nobel Prize and then received a second Nobel Prize, one for chemistry, one for physics. And so I would have loved the opportunity to sit next to her, watch her work, see the challenges that she was facing, especially back then, and just really learn from her. And so I find her to be a true inspiration for everyone to learn from.
It's a great answer. I have heard that answer before, but it is so important for us to have great role models like that. And she was such a fascinating woman, so I completely understand where you're coming from.
Thank you.
What do you see as the future of your industry?
Oh, well, I think AI is definitely playing a key role within product and within across various industries in general. And so staying on top of what AI is doing, how it's influencing the world, being aware of what the competition is doing as well. There's so many different companies that are forming, startups that are forming. So being aware, being really present in making those connections with various companies, speaking with other product managers, with other industry leaders, and just staying on top of it. Because I think where we are now, we will definitely be further along the way a few years from now, if not a few months from now. And so just being ready to follow up on various topics of conversation, of being open to learning and growing, I think is incremental to not only product management, but where we stand as a whole as a society.
Completely agreed. Completely agreed. So, what's the best way for people to reach out to you?
So you can reach out to me via LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn under Aggie Product Leader. Also my website, aggielkproductleader.com. My email address is daggieLJ@gmail.com. So any of those outlets, I'm more than happy to chat with anyone.
Sounds great. And we'll make sure all that's in the show notes so people can just click on it in there. This has been great. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate it. It was great chatting with you.
Absolutely. I agree.
MTMG, guidance that empowers.